Hello then. Today I thought I would film a favorites video. I have filmed favorites videos before, but I always think it's awkward because people usually film it to go during a monthly period. And for me, these things are not things that were just this month or last month or any month in particular. They're just stuff that I like in general that I wanted to share. So I think that it's just favorites of this year so far. Favorites 2017, number 1. Let's get started. The first thing that I've been really liking this year for some reason is green tea with honey. And I know that sounds really random and really strange, but I do not like honey hardly at all. I really vehemently dislike the smell. And honey itself, I don't like the flavor of very much. And green tea is okay. I do like it, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. But for some reason, when they're together, I feel like it's such a treat. I really love it. And I know that honey has a lot of health benefits, and so does green tea. So I have been drinking that quite a bit, and I've really been liking it. And I feel like that it is a healthy alternative to a drink like hot chocolate if you are a hot chocolate person or in the mood for a hot sweet drink. The next favorite thing that I have is actually a recipe, and it is the Betty Crocker soft molasses cookie recipe. I think that it's one of the best things ever. I don't know, I feel like when I was younger, I lived in an entirely different town, and I used to go to the Starbucks there with my family, and we used to get some big molasses cookies. And it's funny because I thought about it and I could not remember for the life of me what that flavor was, but then I made these molasses cookies and realized that that was it. And these molasses cookies are so good. I feel like they really satisfy you. And what I love about molasses cookies in general is that they're not too sweet. So you can have them if you're not feeling like something super duper sweet, but you still feel like having a sweet treat. I would say though that if you are going to make smaller cookies instead of bigger cookies, then you should bake them for less time, so then they still stay very soft in the middle. The next thing that I have that is a favorite thing has been a favorite thing for a very long time, and it is this magazine called The Week. I would say it's mostly kind of a political magazine in general. It just shares news that is more political in the first place, but it says in the tagline, the best of US and international media. It has a section called the US at a glance, so you can look at what's happening all around the US and also the world at a glance. But if you're not somebody who's super into politics, it also has a lot of things for people. They usually have movies and TV sections where they review movies and TV shows and musical albums, and they have a puzzle page at the end, and this comes to your house once a week. They do write some articles that are their articles, but most of them are just collections of the reviews that other people have done or collections of articles that other people have written, so you get a really good array of opinions, and it just is really useful to learn about things if you're not somebody who wants to sit down every single day and read the news. Moving on to makeup stuff, my next favorite thing is a combination of things, which is this foundation with a makeup sponge. This one that I've been using is the Real Techniques makeup sponge, which I love. I've never been the hugest fan of makeup trends. I've never really hopped on any makeup trend train. I had not tried this until maybe a few months ago, and then I tried it and I loved it. I think that using a makeup sponge is a great way to apply makeup. For me, my makeup always did look a bit streaky, and with my skin type, it just never seemed to fall into my skin very well, but with the sponge, it seems to work so well. And I love to use it with this foundation, which is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour with Comfort Serum. I don't know what that means. What's Comfort Serum? And I have it in the shade Light Ivory, and I would like it in a lighter shade because my skin is so light. It says Skin Perfecting Full Coverage Foundation, and I think this works really well. I am wearing it today. It has a really good feel on my face, and I do think that it has really good coverage, and I have been using a bit less of it than I have before, even though I think that you do need to use a tiny bit more if you are using a makeup sponge, because even if you soak it in water like it says to and squeeze it out so it's damp, it still gets a lot of product inside of it. The one thing that I love about this foundation above everything else, I think, is the smell of it. And of course, usually foundations smell like a makeup smell, but this has a really fresh smell to it. And at first when I used it with this, and I thought, oh, maybe it's the smell of the Real Techniques sponge, but really it's the foundation smell. It smells kind of soapy and it smells really clean, and I love that because usually when I'm putting makeup on my face, it just feels like I'm caking things on, and sometimes it feels really unpleasant. But with this foundation, just because of the smell and because of the feel of it, it feels very light. I don't know, I just think it's a nice touch, and it makes the whole experience a lot more enjoyable to have it smell good and not necessarily like makeup. Next thing in kind of the beauty category would be this, and this is the Chapstick Candy Cane Chapstick, and I mentioned this in one of my blog posts before. I love this stuff so much. I really do love minty flavored things, and even though it isn't Christmas time anymore, I still really love to use this. I just think that the smell of it is really great, and the taste of it, it does taste like peppermint, so if you're somebody who likes to eat things off of your lips, maybe this wouldn't be for you, but I still think that it is really great. The mintiness I think is really refreshing. Some people I think don't like the mintiness because it is quite cooling. I know that my little sister does not like this very much because of that reason, but I honestly don't mind it. I mostly then just don't use it at night when I don't want there to be a really big cooling effect. I just think it is a really fun product to have, not only in the winter time, but kind of all year round now. At least that's what I've been using it. There is one more beauty type thing. I don't know how to pronounce this. Garnier Fructis Damage Eraser Strength Butter, which is a repairing rinse out, and it says that with distressed and damaged hair it will repair it after one use. And I got this originally because my hair is very tangly whenever I wash it. It is a big pain, and I think that that happened because before I got it to be dyed a balayage to make it look lighter. And I mean, I didn't get it even that much lighter because, as you can see around my roots, my hair is still very light. When my hair was first dyed, we had to lift out some of the darker dye that I had put in before, and that lifting really caused it a lot of damage. And ever since then, I've been having a heck of a lot of trouble washing my hair, especially when shampooing it. It gets so incredibly tangly, and I wanted to get something that was really smoothing, that was really repairing, and make it so it didn't fall out as much, especially when I was doing my conditioner afterwards. My hair would just be breaking off so much, so I wanted to find something that was more repairing, and I found this. While this doesn't stop everything completely, I mean, you are supposed to lose 100 hairs a day. After using this, I think that my hair has gotten better. The first time that I used it, instead of there being a ton of hair left behind, there was maybe around half the amount to maybe 2/3 the amount, and to me that is a lot of progress. With this, I put it all over my head of hair, and I feel like it moisturizes my hair really well, it conditions it really well. I still have some struggles with my hair, but this has made it a bit better, so if you are looking for something that is affordable that you can use that does help out, I would suggest this. The last two items that I have to share are both fashion/clothing items. And the first thing that I have is this pair of boots. I love these so much. I feel like that they're so cute, and I don't have any other pair of ankle boots, I think, besides these, and they're also very functional. I wore them a lot during the winter time, even though they don't have the best tread in the world. I mean, as you can see, there are some lines that could provide some traction. So it's not the best, but I think that it still is a very good choice for fashion if you are somebody who lives in a very cold climate that does get very snowy, because this will provide you with a bit more traction while you're walking. Might not be the best, but I think that for being a really cute shoe, I think that it's a pretty good choice. I do love the fuzz on top, and the style of it kind of reminds me of a hiking boot, but it isn't, and it is lace up all the way to the top. In general, I think it's just a very cute shoe, and I'm somebody who is horrible at walking in heels, so I am trying to slowly build up the heels in the shoes that I own, and this one is very small, especially considering the fact that it is bigger in the front as well, but I think this is a really good beginning for me to walk in heels. Mine are in size 6.5, and I got them from Target, and I'm pretty sure they were between $15 and $20, and it was on a really good sale. I also really love the color of them because I think that this color of brown goes with a lot of things. So in general, I would definitely suggest these shoes. I think they have served me well in many situations, and I did wear them today. And the last item that I have, which is another clothing item, is somewhat obscure, but I really love it. It is a big sweatshirt that I have that I got from my grandma, and I love it to death. This is really strange, but I think that it is just from Walmart, and why I love it so much is that it's so comfy and cozy and fuzzy on the inside. I think this is a really good alternative to a really heavy jacket because this keeps you so warm, even though it doesn't seem like it would. I love the color of it, and what I love the most about it is that it's incredibly long and it totally covers your butt area. I know that when I was wearing this, I was really happy to be wearing this because I realized that the pants that I had and the shirt that I had, sometimes they did not go together when I sat down, and I felt kind of awkward, like I would have to keep pulling down my shirt and pulling up my pants all the time throughout the day, but because I was wearing this, I did not feel a problem with that. So I definitely would recommend people get a big, fuzzy, awesome sweatshirt like this. I just filmed the outro and I forgot one of my favorite things, which is my new hair. I got it cut to be shorter. When I was younger, I had it be very long, down to maybe my stomach area when I was in high school, and I loved that so much, and I still do love the look of long hair so much, but over time I got a little bit more bored of it, and I thought that I wanted to change it up. And once I cut my hair, I was so happy because I love the way that my face looks with my hair being cut. I think it frames the face a lot better. So if you are thinking about going a bit shorter, if you have really long hair, I would suggest that you try it, because of course you can always grow hair back out again. And I think my favorite length is when it's a little bit longer than this, but I'm really enjoying this length that my hair is right now. And I think that it's also useful because then it takes less time to do, less time to wash, less time to dry, especially because I'm in college right now, and sometimes doing your hair can be just a lot of work and you just kind of want to put it up in a ponytail and whatever, but having it be shorter is something that is making me want to do it a lot more, which I think is awesome. And that is it for all of my favorite things. I didn't have a lot of things, but again, I don't really have a specific time period where I want to be doing any kinds of favorites. I think that these are just going to be scattered randomly throughout the year because I don't really know when I'm going to be able to do them and when I'm going to get enough things that are favorite things to share them. But I do really like sharing some things that I have really been loving. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see any more of me, I do have a blog and I will link it down below. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!